So alongside iOS and iPadOS 18, Apple gave us a firmware update to the AirPods Pro Gen 2 as well as the AirPods 4. And the AirPods is one of those rare items that truly has gotten better over time. Even after the initial purchase of almost 2 years ago, we now get an abundance of new features that have just made the experience of owning AirPods that much better. So in this video, what I want to do is talk about all the updates that we got alongside iOS 18 that have to correspond with AirPods Pro and those AirPods 4. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But now before we get started, I do want to clarify that I'm going to be referring to the AirPods Pro Gen 2, but this does refer to both the USB-C and the Lightning versions. These are both identical in terms of form factor, in terms of functionality, and in terms of hardware built into it. The only difference is going to have to do with the Vision Pro use cases, but again, we're not going to be mentioning that whatsoever. So whether it is a Lightning or a USB-C version of the AirPods Pro Gen 2, the only thing that matters is that they are Gen 2 and not the original Gen 1s. So now let's get into all these brand new features. Well, alright everyone, let's start off with the head gesture feature, and again, I will reiterate which AirPods can handle this and which iPhones support this. As long as your iPhone supports iOS 18, head gestures will work with the new AirPods 4, as well as the AirPods Pro Gen 2. Now, in order to get this done and get this access, let me pull up the iPhone right here so you guys can see exactly what I got going on. So, first and foremost, you're going to want to take out your AirPods and put them into your ear to make sure that they're, being recognized by the phone. And then we're going to jump into our settings. So if you do have your headphones plugged in and it's recognized by your phone, you'll have the AirPods Pro settings kind of jumping at the menu. But the first thing you're going to want to do here is actually go to your notifications and make sure that announce notifications is turned on. The only way for this to work is that Siri is going to notify you in your ear that you are getting a phone call. So make sure that this is turned on. I like to keep it turned on, but I turn it off for most notifications. The only ones that I have it on for are literally FaceTime and phone calls and a couple other ones here and there, but for the most part, I like to keep that setting turned off. And then once that's turned on, then you can go back into your actual AirPods Pro settings. And again, this will work with your AirPods 4 as well. But then you're going to scroll down to where it says head gestures. Now, this is brand new in iOS 18. If it isn't there and you are on iOS 18, first off, check. And then if not, reset your phone and then it should pop up again. But I do recommend going through the try head gestures so you understand the motions that the AirPods are looking for when you are getting a phone call and you want to react to that phone call. So tap on try head gestures. Respond to Siri by moving your head, move your head up and down or side to side to accept or decline announce calls, and to interact or dismiss announce notifications without speaking or using your hand. So we're going to press continue here. It's going to ask you to move your head up and down. And what's cool about this is that in your headphones, you actually get a little bit of a feedback, almost like a haptic reaction. But again, obviously it's noise. And when you move your head side to side, you can hear it kind of pinging back and forth because that's what it's looking for. And then that is how you actually use your head gestures to accept or reply, or then also decline or dismiss any notifications. So head gestures on AirPods Pro Gen 2 and AirPods 4 is a nice little feature. Okay, so this next feature is all about voice isolation. AirPods Pro have gotten so good at isolating your voice when you're in loud environments and with adaptive audio and adaptive voice isolation as well. So bringing that all into phone calls has been of the utmost importance. So now when you are in the middle of a phone call, as you can see right here, my wife is calling me, what you're gonna wanna do is pull up your control center. If you pull up your control center and then tap on where it says in-call service controls on the very top, you tap on that, and then you get this brand new UI, which we haven't seen before. And now you get to control exactly how you sound to the other person on the other side of the phone. So you have your automatic, which again, it's exactly what it sounds like. It'll auto-detect noise and kind of figure itself out after that. Then you have your standard voice, which is pretty much just a regular microphone. It's not gonna try to block out any noise. Then you have your voice isolation, which should make you sound much clearer to the other person, especially if there's a ton of background noise. And then finally, wide spectrum, where it tries to capture as much noise as possible, but also still make it easy enough to understand and hear on the other side. So voice isolation is now built into AirPods Pro Gen 2 as well as AirPods 4. So this next feature is all about personalized spatial audio, and now this isn't a new feature, but what's new about it is that it's coming to all gaming when you go into that gaming mode that comes with iOS 18. Now this is supported by the AirPods 3 as well as the AirPods 4, and then of course the AirPods Pro Gen 2. And in order to access this, you're going to want to go into your settings again and go into your AirPods Pro setting or whichever AirPods is supported. Scroll down to where it says personalized spatial audio. Now depending on if you've done this or not, you can see here that mine is already set up because I've gone through the process of setting this up. If not, you're going to want to tap on see how it works and set it up. And it'll walk you through a process that's very like Face ID in order to get this ready to go and get this set up to personalize to your spatial audio into your personal ear canal. So again, it's going to take all this information and then give you a personalized audio. Now, do I think it's an amazing kind of difference in terms of the standard audio? Probably not, but when it comes to gaming, especially if you're gaming on maybe a first-person shooter, you do hear that spatial awareness coming about when you are playing those specific games and wearing your AirPods. So spatial audio, especially personalized spatial audio, is a nice little feature add to all AirPods that do support it. And then one more thing that Apple also says is that iOS 18 is bringing support for improved voice quality, including 16-bit as well as 48 kHz audio for chatting with teammates while gaming with AirPods Pro 2, and latency for AirPods Pro 2 has been also upgraded and reduced intensely. And now another new feature that came to AirPods Pro that has to do with active noise cancellation. So of course this is going to work with the Pros Gen 2, and then the new active noise cancellation enabled AirPods 4. So you need to have the ANC version of the AirPods 4 for these to work, but what you're going to do is go back into your AirPods settings and scroll down to where it says adaptive audio, and this new toggle in terms of customization and personalization is brand new. So adaptive audio kind of blends conversation awareness, transparency mode, active noise cancellation, and takes in all these different variables in your environment to understand what you would want in real time. So for instance, in the demo that they show, so you have adaptive audio turned on, but when you're walking around not interacting with anybody, it's pretty much in active noise cancellation mode, but maybe you walk up to a bank teller or you walk up to a hot dog stand, and it'll understand that a conversation is happening, so it'll dim that down and allow you to listen to the person across from you. So that's what adaptive audio is, but now you have this ability to manage it a little bit more by doing less noise, adding more noise, or keeping it in that default setting. So that is something to take into consideration with AirPods Pro, as well as the AirPods 4 with ANC. And then lastly, this isn't live yet, but Apple just got FDA approval to be able to use AirPods Pro specifically, so only the Pros will be able to become a hearing aid for you. But so basically, when this feature does come out, which I'm sure will come out with maybe an 18.1 or 18.2 update, or maybe Apple will surprise us and just give us the update to the AirPods Pro, but there'll be a hearing aid test that anybody with AirPods Pro can take, and then it'll let you kind of find out exactly whether you do have maybe some mild or moderate hearing loss, which a lot more people deal with than we actually know about. So being able to have that in a product that's so consumer friendly, because I've seen these hearing aids out and about, like at Costco they even have it, and they could be thousands of dollars. They're very, very expensive. So being able to now spend $189 on Amazon, which I'll link down below, and then be able to alleviate that need for, again, mild and moderate hearing loss. It's not gonna deal with intense ones, but it will bring some peace of mind and allow people to be able to hear that much better with a consumer grade product that is FDA approved. So I think that's a great new addition in terms of a feature set that will be changing a lot of people's lives. And again, it goes to show you just how much better AirPods have gotten over time since its initial release. But those are all the things that came to the new AirPods with the iOS 18 update. Let's finish up this video. So as you saw, AirPods Pro and the AirPods 4 got some awesome quality of life updates that are just gonna make it that much better to own and use over time. And I'm going to reiterate and say this again, that AirPods Pro are one of the few products that truly has gotten better over time, because I know that we always say buy the product for what it does today, not for the promise of what it's going to do tomorrow, but the AirPods Pro have gotten some pretty substantial updates and features even after the initial purchase that I personally did 2 years ago with the Lightning version of the Gen 2s. But that'll do it for this video, everybody. Definitely leave a comment down below if you're trying any of these new updates, any of these new features. Do you think that head gesturing is a good thing, a bad thing? Is it a little bit weird? I think depending on what situations you're in, it's going to be a great use case to not have to physically talk to Siri, but at least be able to interact with Siri with just a head nod or a head gesture. But that'll do it, everybody. If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. I will also link this AirPods Pro case down below. It's by a company called Walnut, because I know a lot of people are going to be asking me about it. But if you guys want to watch more videos like this one, definitely check out one of these videos right here. I think you're going to like the one on the bottom, and YouTube thinks you're going to like the one on the top. But that'll do it, everybody. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.